And there we go. Fuck it.
I don't know what happened. Where'd Ryan go?
Oh, we're
live. It's been 40 seconds.
Well, we're live, I guess. Welcome to the War Report. I'll start off. I am Ian J, and we have Eric. Sorry, guys. We actually are down a lot of familiar faces today. Miss my boy Steve. Hope everything's well, and Vince. Hope you get better. Hope it's not the vid. And we have Ryan's joining us right now, and he's coming aboard. And like I said, Eric. I know we're going to touch base a little bit on, but a lot to go over. We have a lot of stuff to cover. We got AEW from Wednesday we want to touch on. We also have SmackDown to touch on coming up, and we also have Monday Night Raw to go on. There goes our boy Ryan in the house, ladies and gentlemen. He is in.
Yes, I tried creating a video for the intro so it would play right through.
Yeah.
It did not encode properly.
No, man, it's cool. I was cool. I didn't realize we were officially live, and I was just like, "Whoa, we're on!"
We're live for a minute.
No, it's all right.
The B team has literally been kicked off in the first.
It's more of the C team. Hey guys, this is my third. It's my third week, so bear with me.
Oh boy!
But like I was just saying, Ryan, that we definitely have a lot to touch on this week with everything that we got going on with AEW and SmackDown and Raw. So I mean, I'll have you take it, Ryan, if you're ready.
I am more than ready.
Awesome,
my
beautiful.
Keeps on disabling, but I'm still here. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So what you got for us, bro?
Oh. Let's kick off the week with AEW Dynamite.
Oh, first of all, I forgot to. I just want to say,
Go ahead.
How was everyone's Thanksgiving?
It was a great.
It doesn't matter how your Thanksgiving is. I'm sorry, I had to.
I walked right into that.
No seriousness. I mean, I'll start off. My Thanksgiving was amazing. Had the family over here. Had a lot of people over from New York, and it was a good time. I got to make the turkey the first year, which is pretty amazing.
Very nice.
Something I've never, ever done myself. So definitely excited. I know we're not talking too much about that. We're here to talk about wrestling, but I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to you guys and just let that out there. I'm enjoying a nice Puerto Rican beverage, coquito. It's amazing.
Nice. There you go.
Favorite things out there. So salud to
Very
Steve
nice.
And Vince, you're watching. Here's a little swig for you guys.
And I guess with it being the third night of Hanukkah tonight,
there we go.
Ooh,
happy Hanukkah to
happy Hanukkah.
All my fellow Hebrews and Shebrews out there.
There we go. Definitely. All right. So definitely happy Hanukkah, and let's get back into some wrestling talk.
Let's get some good old fashioned wrestling. Oh boy. How about that MJF CM Punk promo? We're finally getting that feud.
What? I mean, Eric, bro, wow. What do you think about that, Eric?
I will tell you this. MJF has accomplished in a much shorter span of time what The Miz did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if not, like even better. Like, I mean, no disrespect to The Miz. I mean, it took a long time for him to grow on me, let's be honest, right? But MJF, man, oh my God. Like, he's flat out, like, I'd go and say the best heel in the business right now.
No, I mean,
most dedicated to heel, at the very least.
That's
100%. I mean, Steve touched on it a couple of weeks ago. When he was talking about how, like, everything that guy does, man, he sees everything on the stick. He can obviously go. And obviously we talked about Full Gear and his amazing performance against Darby and how, like, amazing that was. And like you said, the guy is definitely complete package. I mean, like he said, when he said there's going to be a bidding war in 2024, I don't think the guy's lying. I mean, it's going to go down. The guy is money. We know that, and definitely is going to be a very interesting year when that year hits. But yeah, talking about that actual that promo, one thing that I personally liked was I love. Obviously, CM Punk goes in. I believe he was supposed to face QT Marshall, if I'm correct me wrong. And he comes out, and then out of nowhere, MJF music hits, and you just hear that and that pop, and just having Punk just sitting on the corner on the opposite side while MJF is there, and he's just having this look in his face like, the hell does this guy want to talk about? And he's just like, he's like, I'm gonna entertain it, right? He's like, I'm gonna sit back. Let me see what this, young Punk has to say. And boy, oh boy, did he deliver. And I love the fact that we're just opposite ends of the ring. And it would remind me of what they did with like Kingston and Punk when they were just having kind of like that war of words. And to me, that's what's missing in professional wrestling is having that that type of like
the back and forth,
and that's it. Having that heat, getting that's the build up, because it's coming, right? We know we're gonna get Punk MJF, and how excited are we for that match? So I mean, it's one of those things. I'm pumped, man. I mean, I don't know what you thought about it, Ryan, but I'm just like I said, I'm fucking ready.
It was a great promo.
And that
I can't wait for more promos.
Especially
with AEW. Go on, Eric. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, and the fact that MJF put out the hand and Punk disregarded it.
Yeah.
So, doing the opposite of what would normally happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a great start to the feud.
Oh, amazing. Just that right there. And then the war of words. I mean, Punk saying everything to one of the things he said, the only way you would ever be on top is if Tony Khan has a child. Yeah. With someone and then
has a daughter and you can marry
and then you marry into the family, and that was like, what the fuck? Like, that was wild. Like, obviously we know what that's
going on, right?
Hard. Exactly. And just all of that, for him calling him a chip imitation Miz, to MJF calling Punk Cena. There we go. Hey, cat. Yeah, I mean, it was just.
I was going to wait for you to finish before going, and then we got the Wonder Bar Cat.
There we go, Cat. We're touching on.
How are we doing tonight?
W with CM Punk and MJF. Woo! Wait, what? Wow.
Is it wrong for me to say I creamed myself a little? Am I allowed to say that? Well, I guess I did. The big wigs ain't. We can say whatever the fuck we want tonight.
Somebody better bring a bucket and a mop.
By the way, we never ever claimed to be PG.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very true.
Have to make sure that Tara knows that.
You said keep it PG?
No, we actually have a friend that normally comes in the chat every week, Tara, and she's like, some of the stuff I said may have not been PG. I'm sorry. I'm like, when did we ever claim to be PG?
Has she heard Steve in the past?
His rant alone last week. Oh, man.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. I can never get to that caliber.
That was one of the most entertaining things I've ever seen in my life.
That was the highlight of my train ride, by the way, just so you know, was listening to Steve.
Amazing. So yeah, I mean, any besides creaming yourself, Kat, did you have anything you wanted to touch on that as far as
I just think the whole dynamic all last week between CM Punk and MJF, like even with the start when he said Maxwell and he just walked out of the ring, and it just, the story, that's like the one thing that like AEW is like just doing brilliantly. They are taking their time and making these stories, not, okay, this person's a face this week, this person's a heel next week, and we're bouncing from here to there and everything like that. To the point that even now on another show, this stuff is getting secretly mentioned.
Yeah.
That's the second time Edge has dropped like an AEW reference on Raw. It's like...
But go on, Kat. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But it's like it's got to be like a wake-up call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's truly, I think we're at the start of a war. But what I was going to say before Kat jumped on, it's beautiful that we're seeing, like she was saying, a slow build to the feud with Raw. We would have already probably had a match between MJF and Punk.
Yeah.
It would have been, you would have had the promo and you would have had the match in the ring. After
you got to keep
commercial.
this building.
Yeah,
It's
later
the Revolution. AEW Revolution, right? That's the next one, if I'm correct. That's their next big one. And that's what you build. You just want to build this and let it get to that next level. Let it boil. You know, it's like
I'll tell you what.
pot of water and just boil it.
I think you could extend it outside of Revolution even.
Well, yeah,
You
I was
have-
going to say, like, do you remember, like, I'm talking things like, remember Sabu, Taz, and ECW? Heyman had them not touch for like a year or how, I don't know if it was that long, but it was, for a while.
Yeah.
Or the Sting Hogan thing when Sting was
Yeah.
the Crow.
And
Something like that. Draw it out. At least skip one pay-per-view,
Make the people need the match, not just give it to them.
See, now CM Punk needs to play the Rosie O'Donnell footage on AEW, and that will just freaking make my life.
Oh my God, that's great.
That is like pure brilliance.
I mean, just that banter, man. Them going back and forth, and Punk saying that you were replaced by one of the you talk about being one of the main pillars, and you were replaced by Britt Baker. I mean, just that burn, that cook right there. I was just like, oh. That's what's wild to me. I mean,
Is it that big of an insult though? Britt Baker.
It's not. Britt Baker is doing the damn thing. Like when you think about it,
and she's a legit dentist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't forget, what is it? DMD. Yeah, she's legit. No, definitely.
Never gonna hear Kara say anything bad about Britt Baker. Not happening.
No.
Very
you don't want to get like that. You don't want to get that mandible. I'm sorry.
When are they putting her and Adam Cole together? Like that. That's
I was just gonna get
on
there.
the horizon.
No, I mean, I personally think with all these releases happening, how awesome would it be if you've seen like a O'Reilly, right, come in and say, you already got fish there, right?
Yeah.
And then like somehow, some way, they might be able to do something where they can feud maybe with the Elite, and maybe he goes to the guys with the era. Because again, correct me, to me, Adam Cole is a certifiable leader. To me, he does not need to be with the Young Bucks. He does not need to be like playing second fiddle. And I feel like with him going to that direction, you got Kevin Omega out, and he's trying to step in that light. And if he doesn't get that light, and then I don't know what the status is on these contracts, but the way they let people go lately, I mean,
I got one thing to add to that.
Era versus the Elite somehow, and to have that, like, I would, to steal a phrase from Kat, I would probably cream my pants.
This is a creamy situation tonight.
Definitely.
Well, orale. You don't have to use the cream. We could use the Vicks Vapor Rub.
There we go.
Oh boy,
that's it. I got my coquito right here for you.
Yeah, muchacho.
Though, speaking of contracts being up, Johnny Gargano's is up after War Games.
Yeah, okay. Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah, and then we got Kevin Owens next year.
Yep.
I know I'm missing a big name.
And if Owens does go, I mean, there's so much potential with the Owens being, he's got history with the Elite and all those guys. Like, I mean, that could be a big thing too.
Not trying to be a dick to Ciampa, but how long are they going to hold on to him, since it seemed like they're trying to cleanse NXT of all the older talent?
Yeah.
But does it even matter how long you have a contract for anymore? That's like irrelevant.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was just looking at the War Games card, and
but just saying, like, Hit Row had a contract a week earlier. Contracts are irrelevant right now when it comes to the WWE.
Oh man, I can't believe that they let them go before they did a Hit Row versus not Crime Time.
Usos.
That was old school. You know what I'm talking about.
the Bloodline.
No.
Sorry.
What are you gonna say? Street Profits? Are you gonna say Street Profits?
Street Profits.
But
I mean, like the entertaining
Street Profits on Raw. That's
they were on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's
But
why I went
Bloodline. I hear kind of what Eric is saying. I mean, for me,
Yeah,
I
get
being on a
Street
brand
Profits would
doesn't
be
even
fun.
matter.
Yeah, when does that matter? Huh?
No, that's true. I guess, right?
True.
They had like that whole invitation.
Did you see the report last night about the Bloodline being on Raw?
Really? Not for
Yeah.
like for good, or just gonna be doing whatever they want, like kind of like they did that one-off.
Hey,
It was
Tara.
It was after Raw. They had a little for the dark match.
Okay.
They did a little confrontation with Seth Rollins. I keep on hiding and keep on going back and forth.
Yeah, I feel like that could be a nice build up too. I mean, having that.
Oh, it's a great. I like the fact that there's still tension between Rollins and Reigns, even though they're both on the heel side of the spectrum.
Well, how about have it on television so that way we can enjoy it, because that actually is something I would watch.
It would have been fun to have them come out and cut it.
I would have much rather watched that than Damian Priest versus Apollo Crews.
Because you know me, I'm all about continuity. So when they mention shit like that, I love it.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel bad. I'm not really don't feel bad. We kind of skipped over NXT 2.0 and went straight to AEW.
Yeah,
but it's probably a little reason for that. But like we were just touching about War Games, and I was watching on Tuesday. Obviously, watched as fast as I can on Hulu. I turned an hour show into 20 minutes, but I was able to catch like the gist of what was going on, and saw that it looked like it's going to be old school, what's left of old school NXT versus new school for War Games. And that's kind of what I got. And I mean, we'll talk about predictions if you guys want or not, but my prediction is
we can jump into, we'll kick off with the first match. We had got 2 War Games matches for the night. For the women's, we got I'm terrible. Raquel
Gonzalez.
Thank you.
Gonzalez.
How do you mess that up every time? It's not even a hard Spanish.
Man, I should give you my last name. You said they what though?
You'd be thinking it's like Rodriguez or like Mysterio or Guerrero. It's Gonzalez.
It's all right, Ryan. It's all right, Ryan.
It's my gimmick. I completely screw up the.
Just think Giant Gonzalez, then you'll get it right.
There we go. I didn't want to be rude.
Elegante.
Typically, names are not as they sound. Oh lordy.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that one slide that you just said that, but that's okay.
I know. So we got.
Is she the captain, or is there a captain on that? Who's on that team?
Okay, so who else is on it?
I'm going down. Io Shirai, Cora Jade, and Kaya Lee Ray versus Dakota Kai in Toxic Attraction.
Edition kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking predictions or not? What I'm thinking or no?
Predictions. War Games is Sunday.
Is Sunday, yeah.
If we're talking about who should win, it should be Raquel Gonzalez's team. If we're talking about who's going to win, it's going to be Mandy Rose's team.
Oh yeah, it's going to be the hot girls of the hot girl day. You know, hot girl winter. I can't say hot girl summer.
I have a feeling that it's going to be a NXT 2.0 sweep.
Yeah,
I do like the fact that like Cora Jade is basically like the women's version of Darby Allin in WWE, the whole skateboard thing. And, I kind of dig it.
Those trucks hurt.
She needs to come out to Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne or something.
Wow.
No. If there were an AEW, I could see Khan buying the
don't pretend you see it.
I'm here. I'm gonna do. This is my Avril Lavigne tribute here.
There we go. I'll join you.
Hey, you! I don't like your girl. Okay.
All right. Welcome again, guys, to the War Report. We are the C group. C. I don't think we're the B yet. We're C. We haven't got. But if you're watching, we're just going over right now talking about NXT War Games.
So who's on the men's?
Where's Regal been? I missed that. Where's Regal when he comes up? War Games like that when he.
I love.
That was it for me. I'm like,
Anything that man does is fantastic.
I'm just so upset. I didn't get it this year. Just out of nowhere. I think who was the one that announced it? It was the big bad booty daddy's nephew. He came out and he grabbed the mic and he was like, "War games," and they got in and they had a little scuffle inside the ring. And
but what's disappointing is they announced the pay-per-view before the match.
Yeah.
So we know there's a War Games coming up. It would have been fun if they announced the War Games match and then we're doing the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Especially with the network.
I do take that back. I said anything William Regal does is fantastic, except for he's a man.
That was great. I love that.
I take it back.
The real man's man.
You would, Ryan.
All right.
I didn't cream on that shit.
Who's on the new school men's team? Because honestly, I haven't really religiously watched NXT in a long time.
So on the new school, I think Ryan might have it up. If you don't, I got it. I remember. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. We got Carmelo Hayes when he shoots.
Here, I got it.
He doesn't miss.
On the NXT 1.0, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Pete Gunn, Dunn. I don't know. Like every time I say Dunn, I think Gunn. But LA Knight versus Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Garrison Waller, and Tony D'Angelo.
Who are those two? I don't even know.
Who in the blue hell is Tony D'Angelo?
Like, I'm serious. I haven't. Like I said, I haven't watched in a while, so I don't know who those people are.
Yeah, he's. From what I saw when I've seen him, he's an Italian. Mama Luca.
He's an Italian stallion. But...
Yeah, he's from the Hard Knocks. You know of there's a Brooklyn, I believe.
Brooklyn. Yeah.
He has like the leather jacket, and he says like, "Hey, how you doing? Let me give you some pasta fagioli or something like that." I don't know. I'm jacking it up right now. I'm not Italian. I apologize. But but yeah, he's playing like that type of character.
Yeah.
And so he's on that team. And then I think
definitely personifies the 2.0 since
exactly. And
very
that guy,
new to the NXT.
So in other words, again, the newbies are good. The young bucks, I shouldn't have said young bucks, but the young guns are going to win.
Yeah, you got to imagine Tommaso's not even defending the title, so yeah.
Though
they're probably going to.
I could see them getting the 1.0 getting the win to further the NXT title feud.
So you think there'll be 1-1? So you're saying 2.0 for the girls, 1.0 for the guys?
I'm saying it's a possibility. It's not.
Okay, no, definitely, 100%. Yeah.
Playing devil's advocate here.
Definitely.
All right. The other matches.
Well, that's all we're going to cover for 2.0. So
yeah.
Wait, are there other matches at War Games?
There are 3 other matches on the night.
Oh, really?
We got Cameron Grimes versus Duke Hudson in a hair versus hair match.
I don't know who Duke Hudson is either.
Those are always. I always hate how WWE gets out of hair versus hair matches with just shaving part of the hair. Like when they shaved Bischoff's hair, he went gray.
See, again, but that's stealing something from AEW yet again, because Orange Cassidy just did that a couple of weeks ago, and it was probably one of the best loser hair matches I've ever seen. Yeah. And now they're going to pull this crap. Sorry.
Well, rumor has it that they're doing like some kind of gimmick change for Cameron Grimes, so he may lose the hair.
Yeah, that would be a good.
But they already cut like 6 inches off his hair, and they already trimmed his beard. That he had a long beard. I think
because he looked like Man Mountain Rock.
Yeah, now his beard is like shorter than mine right now, and so
you could say they're sending his hair to the moon.
Stupid. I'm done with you. Once again, guys, this is the War Report. We're the C show. I'm sorry.
Just pull a Stevie, moving right along.
I thought that fit nicely.
Thanks for the segue.
Okay. In the NXT title match, we got Imperium versus Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner or Fandango di Fantasma.
It's El Legado del Fantasma. I got you, Ryan.
I did my best.
It's good, bro. It's good to have a Latino on the show.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
It's all good. So yeah, I mean, wow, who does go over in that? I mean, I'm a fan of Legado. I think that's who I would pick. So I'm gonna go there.
Yeah, especially with the flex possibility, I think they're gonna play some, throw them a wrench in the ball and get the titles.
I gotta
And
go Kyle O'Reilly.
yeah,
Like they're starting to cement as a team now, the
Yeah.
two of them.
Yeah.
And isn't Wagner? Isn't he the he's what's his name's son, right? The Beverly.
Yeah, he's one of the Beverly brothers. Yeah.
though it's a shame for Kyle O'Reilly that they had to break up all of Undisputed Era. They could have kept part of the team, but they had to go and lose Adam Cole, release Fish.
Yeah, Tara, I definitely agree, Tara. I definitely want Cameron myself. I don't want no Duke going over on Mr. Grimes,
Yeah.
you know, to the moon. To the moon, Tara.
My moon reference is terrible.
Hey,
you get away with
listen,
that?
I'm going to get away with it, right? All right.
And our last match of the night for the Cruiserweight title, we got Roderick Strong and Joey Grace. Gacy, sorry.
Oh,
I
Joey
don't know what I
Gacy.
said.
Joey Gacy. Yeah.
I don't really know
Yeah,
much about that guy either.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to go
Another
Roderick Strong.
2.0.
Yeah. Strong's going to go over.
I'm actually surprised Roddy's still there.
Right?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's only a
Like,
matter.
why couldn't they kept him
Only
with
a matter of time. Yeah.
and kept some form of Undisputed Era? Not even like branch it off into a different team.
Definitely.
Tara, good comment.
I love it.
All right.
I am Santos Escobar.
Yeah, he's a stud, bro. He's a stud. I wish I looked like that.
Do you want to break off to SmackDown or kick into Raw?
Yeah, if you already tacked off the Tuesday show, we already touched a little bit on Dynamite. I don't think we really went too detailed on Dynamite as opposed to just talking about MJF. I don't know what else went down on Dynamite. We want to go over anything else.
I think that's it.
That just goes to show you how great that alone was.
I believe that promo alone took 20 minutes of just going off, and it was amazing, just that. And then they had that match on the show. Like I said, I actually to fault, I didn't watch AEW. I caught that on YouTube. Is what I caught the whole promo. So honestly, I don't know if you guys watched it or not, but I didn't watch AEW, and I apologize to everyone out there. Put my head down. Sorry.
I got SmackDown pulled up.
Yep.
The show kicked off with Roman Reigns promo celebrating his win at Survivor Series and looking forward to the Battle Royale challenger.
Yep.
Though he did have an interesting line of teasing that he was leaving. Any thoughts on that?
Hi, Nisi. That's my sister-in-law, everyone. Her name is Eunice. Say hello.
Everybody say hello to her in the comments below.
Definitely.
But I could see him. I mean, he's got ties with The Rock. Could be starting a movie career.
Yep.
I mean,
when are we going to get more members of the Bloodline?
Yeah.
You think that's something that they're actually going to do? Will they bring in more members? I don't know. I mean, they really, because you got what's his name is the there's the MLW champion and on that show. I forgot his name. And then you have
what about adding a woman to the?
I was thinking Naomi would definitely be a good fit, but I don't know how they would do that. Because like the whole thing, let's face it, man, like the whole situation is getting old. I personally believe that she would definitely be amazing as a heel addition to that stable, and just like go ahead and wreck stuff and actually becomes like, you know, the women's champion and they all rocking the straps.
Actually, I got one great idea. Could you imagine Paul Heyman coming out and doing her entrance with her?
Don't you say it. All right.
Not full on entrance, but him reacting to the entrance. Just him trying to do the Paul Heyman stick while she's doing that.
Wow. That's what Ryan go. I'm sorry.
Oh, Eddie, I just
like
realized
him just being sulky and she's all
impossible.
I mean, to descent into the heel turn.
Yeah.
And just
And
have
you were-
the first entrance, have him just come out and be like, what am I
Yeah.
doing here?
Wow.
Eddie, I think you were talking about Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu,
Yes.
yes.
That guy's awesome.
He's a beast. I watched him and there was a match, I think him and the guy named Hammerstone. And they had a tremendous match. And I was like, wow. Again, I try to get myself dabbled, as much as I can with the wrestling knowledge on YouTube as much as I can. It's just sometimes so much, and you know how it is, life, when life throws curveballs at you.
I mean, you know, if they ever
right.
go the whole Roman Rock thing, you know how Roman always says he's the head of the table. Rock is going to be like, well,
Yeah.
The head of the kiddie table.
Like the head of the table's always been me. And head of the kiddie table. I love
Very
it.
true.
Well, next to, if you're gonna say if that's the family, and you're gonna say who's the lead head of the table, you obviously got to go to Rock, right?
Yeah.
But,
You
It's
think?
hard not to point to
yeah,
the Rock.
think. I know, right?
All right.
This
First
would
match
include
of the night.
logic, though. Again,
And
this
it
is something
also-
that the WWE is lacking at the present moment. So,
But that's also what I like about Heyman being involved, not just with Roman, but with the Usos too, because
Yeah.
Heyman's got history with the whole family, which he's mentioned a lot.
Oh,
but he's,
geez.
he used to manage the Samoan SWAT team, which is one of them was Rikishi, who's the Usos' dad. So he's got history for a long time.
can I interject, please? That's my fucking husband.
Hey. Like you said, man, we'll see shows.
I'm just going to interject for a minute, and that's my husband who said, I told him Steve and Vince weren't going to be here tonight. He goes, I am going to torture the hell out of all of you guys tonight.
Yes,
So
amazing.
that's,
Right.
Torture away, baby. Torture away.
he's the one that's sleeping on the couch. It's all good.
We can handle the heat.
Nah, that's all
First
good.
match on SmackDown, we got a tag match with Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss versus Drew McIntyre and Jeff Hardy.
Okay. I don't understand the Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy tag team thing. So not in,
I think it's just trying to keep Drew McIntyre elevated to eventually put him into the title feud.
but I hate to admit this. I actually kind of like the Happy Corbin thing.
I wish they would have dragged out Sad Corbin a little bit.
I do too, but I actually like it.
Yeah. Because the
Oh, here
press
comes
Corbin
your-
was great.
Nothing he does is entertaining to me whatsoever.
Go ahead. You can do it. You know you want to.
There you go.
Wait,
Girl.
what's Uncle Eric doing there?
What's Uncle Eric?
What's up?
Uncle Eric? Yeah, he's not dead. He's awake.
Yeah, I'm not dead.
Oh, wow.
I thought he supposed to be. I thought he's not in it anymore.
Oh, he was gone for a while. You're right, Ed. So just so you know, when Eric was here, Eric fell
Thank
asleep on the couch, and I was doing something. He goes, "Mom, I think Uncle Eric's dead. He was fine." And the next thing, he just went like this. I go, "No, he's breathing. He's alive." He goes, "Oh, okay." He's like, "I think he's dead."
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, I love
Traumatize
it. I love it.
Traumatize that poor kid.
You want to give them a laugh though?
Yeah.
You could do it real quick. Do Rick Boogs, Shinsuke Nakamura.
He's got that screech down.
Here, go.
No, I want to go.
But on my point about Drew McIntyre, what does everybody think of? I was hearing rumors that we'd be getting a triple threat with Drew, Brock, and Reigns at Mania, since we can't get Rock.
I don't know.
I'm not I hate saying it. I like the dynamic with Brock being a heel. I mean, face, and I'm so used to that Brock being a heel, but and
Be right
Reigns
back.
being the heel. But I'm just so tired of the Brock Reigns matchup. What do you
Okay,
guys think?
so yeah, in that case, then Drew would make it kind of a little more interesting.
Yeah, it would
Then it
freshen
wouldn't
it
be
up.
just Brock versus Reigns, you know.
But then they're going to start this whole triple threat shit all over again.
Right.
And there's going to be some bloodline outside interference or some other interference because they're holding off until whenever The Rock comes back, whatever. So it's going to be this whole segue again. Yeah. And they still have to play in the fact that now Sami Zayn is the number one contender.
It's so
let's bring that up.
Is he like face all of a sudden again, or is he just number one contender because he won the battle royal?
I think they had a name for it.
It was the Black Friday Invitational.
Yep. Okay.
Which that in itself just sounds really bad.
So is he still asshole Sami Zayn?
He was asshole Sami Zayn, yeah.
I mean, they could flip the switch I mean, look how many times they flipped Big Show back and forth.
Or Sasha.
Yeah, that too. But talk about killing the win. Announcing Brock Lesnar's return the minute after Sami Zayn won.
Yeah, I have breaking news. Breaking news.
Rumors.
Yeah, but don't forget though. But did you guys see what I posted in the chat? It wasn't Adam Pearce that gave a response. Adam Cole gave a freaking responce. What the hell?
Who wrote that? That guy. Somebody got fired.
So someone got.
Yeah, on Wrestling News Source or whatever. One of the reporters goes, Adam Cole's response. I'm like, why does Adam Cole give a shit?
To kick it to Raw for a second. They had the intern got called into Vince's office and got the taste smacked out of his mouth.
Wow.
Oh, maybe that's who stole the egg.
You talking about Austin?
Yeah, it's the same thing with Austin Theory.
That's right. Wow.
Good callback to Raw. Just he came in.
Yes.
So it was Adam Cole that. Come here. You're fired.
I mean, I'll tell you what though, unless they were trying to think of doing some interpromotional shit. I mean, but we know that's not happening.
Talk about opening the forbidden door. That would be a forbidden door.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Wow. So Sami Zayn goes over in that, right? He wins and he's challenging
he won the battle royale.
So he's challenging Roman, and Roman obviously was in the back, and he had that smirk like, I'm gonna smash this dude. He's done. He's not gonna obviously make it. We all know how that's gonna go. It's gonna definitely be smash him, stack 1, 2, 3. So
unless Brock Lesnar interferes and makes Sami Zayn pin him.
Wow, could you imagine that crazy ass? But cause the title. Wow, Cat.
You could repeat.
That would actually be some pretty amazing shit.
That'd be some wild stuff. Sami Zayn goes over his camp. That'd be no one. You're right, because no one would see that coming, right? Everybody in the world, all 99.9% of
thinks it's going to be a squash.
Be squash. There's exactly.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
You could do a repeat of what they did with Brock and Eddie, but with Reigns.
Yes.
That would be a good moment.
Why not keep rewriting doing the same stories over and over again with just different wrestlers? So it could work.
I mean, but is there enough time to get fans by Zayn?
No, you're not going to get. That's the thing is you're not going to get.
You're not going to get this.
But listen, if Brock Lesnar costs Roman Reigns the belt, and Sami Zayn is the champion. For someone who, don't forget, story-wise, this conspiracy theorist wrestler, okay, yeah, it's a little annoying. But you can't tell me that he's not championship worthy. So if they pulled that twist, the fans might get behind him, just like when Roman came back as a heel, they got more behind him as a heel than they did a face.
I don't think it's going to be the same level as Eddie, but having Brock come... if you hit Brock's music perfectly, you could get it.
Yes, you can get it to work. It's kind of like what was it? Like the Santino Marella Umaga thing. Nobody had any clue who Santino Marella was. But that little moment freaking catapulted him.
Or when
thing.
Santino almost won the elimination
I'm
chamber.
doing a Jeff Hardy thing.
Alex wants to be Jeff Hardy for a second
Okay.
Ow!
and took the swanton down to the floor. So perfect.
There we go. Go for the cover.
I was gonna say he did a great Jeff Hardy. He took a bump for us.
Hey, look,
He took a bump. Exactly.
take bumps. Yeah.
Oh, that's a Jeff Rubiero.
Where's Karrion Kross when you need him?
Wow. Wow.
He'll be back
It's-
somewhere at some point.
All right, so
Yeah.
moving along. So what? So after we touched on SmackDown, we're jumping into right now Raw, right?
Let's
And-
move on to Raw.
Yeah.
Notice our silence.
What was the
Yeah.
highlight? I guess
We got
was
the-
Edge and Miz or something.
Well, that
Yep.
was that promo. Yeah, the promo with that and the Edge's big return. And then he gets a little bit of the spotlight stolen. Because Miz comes out with Maurice, and looks like
Which
they're
that
not-
was good to see.
Yeah, yeah, and then they just go
That
on
was
this little
nice.
back and forth, and then that's where I believe Edges is saying, that's when they Eric mentioned about what the AEW, like in a without mentioning AEW, they mentioned
The
it.
crowd caught it.
They caught it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so Miz and
Do we get a mixed tag match
with
between?
Yeah,
Edge and Beth
I got the
Phoenix.
same thing. If Beth Phoenix is going to come out, yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's what they're.
I mean,
okay.
she's still with NXT, right? I'm
Mhm.
sure they could
Yeah, and you know,
easily.
plus they can acknowledge the past that Beth and Maurice had way back in the day with the Divas title and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
But
if
you
they
know
do
what?
that, that'd be amazing.
That
But-
was the perfect two people to be in that ring to go back and forth and have that type of
Yeah.
that type of heat between each other.
Eric.
Because Miz has grown so much, and everything that even Edge said about the negative things about him was still complimenting him positively about everything that he's accomplished. He's like, he's the most successful besides John Morrison, probably Tough Enough winner or Tough Enough contestant and everything like that. I know Miz didn't win
Yeah.
Tough Enough, but he's
Miz
probably
is
had one of
also-
the most successful careers.
Yeah, I mean, Miz is a two-time champion. Morrison never won any,
A two-time champ.
Didn't
Which
he
is
win
the champ,
ECW
but-
for?
Well,
I
I mean,
swore John
the best
Morrison won the
NXT.
ECW.
well, yeah, he did, but that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Hey,
But-
they still counted for Kane, right? I'd still say it's the world title.
I don't even mean
it's
the
title,
Universal
but it's
title. Is
still-
a world
Eddie's
title.
like,
Title.
no bueno.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm
I
trying to
love
be
that-
nice to the guy that just lost his job.
I love that Roman's the top guy, but I'm sorry, the Universal title means jack shit to me.
I don't even consider
know.
him the top guy.
The-
I consider him the top heel
Alright, fair
in the
enough.
business.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'd
top
consider
heel.
Big E the top.
Yeah, I always wondered
face.
why they got rid of that world title.
Yeah, like-
that
Oh,
was.
As
yeah.
far as I'm concerned,
I love the belt, and it was good. Like
Yeah,
Roman holding that, like
that
has, like,
calibrates you.
that
Exactly.
has a lot
Yeah,
of
with the
legacy
prestige.
behind it. You know.
I mean, can you imagine Roman holding the Winged Eagle belt? Oh my God, that would be gorgeous.
Oh yeah. But then,
Or even the big gold belt would be great.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
The
So what else
big-
happened on Raw?
The big
Oh,
takeaway is
there's
What?
they're talking about Liv. There's was Team Liv versus Team Bex. Big time.
Yeah.
Bex.
Oh.
Yeah, they had that
Big
match.
time.
Said-
Bex.
She's like, your contract is why my friends aren't here anymore.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, she nice little cheap shot right there. And Becky's reply was, "Some of us deserve to get paid."
Mhm.
yeah,
I mean,
great response.
yeah.
I just hate what they're doing to Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, in the background right now, she's there.
They're putting her to the. I mean, the Nikki ASH.
At least she's not.
Right. The tag team championship, them first winning it and everything. Okay, that was funny. That was cool. Okay, great. And everything. You're going to make them drop because you want Carmella and Zelina to look all spectacular. Okay, that's fine. Then put her back in individual competition away from Nikki ASH and all this stuff because she's not the funny gimmick wrestler. And I'm sorry, everything that Rhea Ripley has accomplished, putting her anywhere in a match, anywhere near Dana Brooke is just an insult. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you already have your comedy act tag team in RK Bro. I don't think you need to have another
and not
one. And it works.
a great
and it
one
works
at
with
that.
them, right? It works.
Right,
And
but
if you know it works. I mean, the other one is not a good dynamic, like you said.
But Randy's being subtle comedy. Like it's almost like he's making fun of him comedy. Nikki and Rhea's acting like she's having fun with it. No, it would almost work better if Nikki was back in her sanity character.
Yeah.
And it was the two of them with that warped dementedness. I could dig behind that tag team. I really could.
But Vince didn't come up with it, so it's not going to be a thing. So.
Point.
Yeah.
So now you're just going to look like a badass metal chick and everything like that. But no.
Yeah, the other one. Yeah, I don't know.
At least they're keeping the team together instead of building the team and then breaking them up and then feuding them within a week.
I'd rather break them up. That's just it, though.
I mean, I'm saying if they're going to stick with it, at least they're sticking with it.
Oh, it's amazing too because like other than the Iconics who did have their one run as tag team champions, they didn't push Mandy and Sonya when they were together as champs or
even Natalia and I'm blanking. I'm sorry.
Tamina.
Who's the last champs? Tamina.
Tamina.
I'm so sorry to Tamina. But even them, what did they do with the titles?
You can just say it. The other Samoan. It's okay.
Yeah. The female Samoan.
Well, it can't be Nia Jax anymore, so.
Yeah. You hear that she's not going to wrestle again?
I did hear that.
Who's not?
Nia Jax said she's done.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Got too holy for her.
Okay. Wow.
I mean, I'm sure she got into it because of Rock and the tie with WWE, but hopefully she finds better pastures. At least a pasture that won't fire her for requesting some mental health.
Yeah.
That's another thing that pisses me off.
Yeah. Like, that's like, I've never been the biggest Nia fan, but when it comes to that kind of stuff, like, I take that very seriously, and so if she needs to get away from things for a bit, even if it's for good, whatever,
Especially when everybody knows they gave it to Sasha Banks when she needed it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
they gave it to Shawn Michaels when he needed to go find a smile.
Yeah. No offense to Nia Jax. She's no HBK.
But guess what? If I have a mental health problem, you have a mental health problem, you, whoever, you're all still the same person. If you're going to grant it to one, you should give it to everybody when it comes to that. If it's true, the rumors about him offering to pay for Jon Moxley's rehab while he's in another company, you should be able then to let your own performers then be able to take time for a mental break.
I did read about that, and I read something also. Supposedly, I don't know if you guys caught it, but Keith Lee had put something on his Twitter, like thanking the fans and everything. He said, and to think if anyone thinks that anybody but myself paid my hospital bills, you guys are dead wrong. I'm the basically. So it's in my head when he was away. So he's basically saying that he got all these bills, and that Keith Lee's the one that paid for all his medical bills, which is baffling to me, thinking that WWE is going to cover the expensive of a talent that's no longer employed by them. So it's kind of it's when I saw that tweet, I don't know if you guys couldn't see it, but it's up there.
It goes down that whole borderline thing, like you said, like how he paid for Eddie Guerrero. He's been very big on contributing to that when it's injuries or stuff or anything that happened because of your career. But if you get sick, you end up like CM Punk and just get told to take a Z-Pack.
I think it was more of an excuse. I don't understand what they're doing with these budgets. But still.
Yeah.
It's blatantly
obvious. Vince McMahon never gave two shits about Keith Lee from the minute he got called up. Okay.
Or Karrion Kross for that matter.
Right. But because he got pulled from the match that John Morrison won, or I'm sorry, that Matt Riddle won or whatever.
Yeah.
to become U.S. champion. He got pulled. There was no reason for him to be pulled. He wasn't even diagnosed sick yet. Right? He gets pulled from everything. Then he gets sick. Then he's better and ready to come back, and you still keep him on hold for another 2-3 months. You don't put his fiance on TV either because she left. They pulled her out of Retribution.
Yeah.
And now he's the Bearcat. I'm sorry. He's not a heel.
No. I mean, not now at the very least.
There's just some wrestlers that, like, you look at them and, like, when you look at him, you don't see, like, the big, intimidating, scary big guy. You see, like, the teddy bear that you want to hug. Like, maybe that's my perspective or whatever. Even when he was getting all mad, I don't see a heel in him.
I mean, I still do not understand what was wrong with the Limitless Keith Lee. And then you killed it.
Vince McMahon didn't think of it.
Perfect.
Vince McMahon didn't think of it. Just like there was nothing wrong with Karrion Kross and Scarlett and Fall and Pray. Was by far one of the best entrances. NXT, WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, TNA, you name it. That was one of the freaking best entrances. And even the fact that the first one, when they debuted, it was still during the pandemic. So the entire room was empty when they freaking did that. It was epic. If you could still remember it was good.
That could have been WWE's sing-along, like with Jericho. You could have had the entire crowd going along, Fall and Pray.
Damn straight. Which still, to me, is one of the best parts of AEW whenever he comes out now.
I mean,
we have to get the entire crew.
What if we had gotten Karrion Kross and the Fiend again? I mean, shit, how awesome could that have been?
Your team
or Karrion Kross and Braun Strowman.
Yep.
True. Yep.
Which, by the way, I'm sorry, he looked so freaking hot.
Braun, yeah.
He is.
I'm sorry. If that was the picture that it was on his Tinder 6 months ago, I probably would have been like, bye, Justin.
Swiped right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, the husband's watching. Hello, hey, you doing?
Hey, kids.
We don't care.
This is new husband. This is Braun.
No, but wait, Eric, who's on his celebrity pass list? Remember? Who's on Justin's wrestling celebrity pass list?
Mae Young.
Oh, God.
Kat isn't trying to have a hand kid.
Hand kid, right?
Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane, exactly.
Good
Justin
choice.
has the hots for Kairi Sane. I have no problem with it. It's no big deal.
Bravo. I applaud his choice.
But,
it's all right. A couple of weeks ago, he said something about Rhea Ripley being hot. And Steve's like, you think Rhea Ripley's hot? He goes, hello, short hair, tattoos, piercings. It's not really that far of a step off.
Rhea Ripley is
very
so
true.
Good point. He has a type.
Oh. Sorry.
But speaking of Braun, though, like I was there at WrestleCade Saturday. Braun's table was like ridiculous. Like the line was ridiculous. I couldn't even get over there.
Oh wow!
I'll believe it.
And I did see him. I'm like, this guy looks amazing.
I will say this too, and if this gets me in a lot of trouble, even as the girl, I don't care. Michelle, Mercedes Martinez looked freaking hot in those pictures.
Right?
Shit.
I don't get how that would get you in trouble, but
how's that gonna get you in trouble? It's 2021. Come on, it's so fair.
Yeah,
that part with him. Actually, he might like it. Never mind. But
see, I was gonna say, where's the trouble coming?
You're just digging yourself in, Kat.
Oh my God, she looked freaking good.
I said to Kat, how did you, like, how pretty did she look? I'm like, she looked amazing.
There you go.
Also sweet as can be in person. The Iconics, the whole, I mean, they had their masks on. That's okay. I didn't get to do the pose, but I met some Thunder Rosa is also a cutie.
That was a good picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have first wave, Mr. Eric.
Anyone was in character or no?
What?
Anyone was in character? I feel like that's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, somewhere.
Years ago, I met Awesome Kong with Steve, and she was I never forget, she was being nice at the table, and some kid came up with a soda, and he looked at her. He goes, "Awesome Kong, why are you being nice?" And she looks at him, turns around, and she slaps the shit out of his soda out of his hand. It falls on the ground. And she goes, Do you think I'm nice? And that kid was like, oh. It was amazing. Hi, how are you?
She got all excited because she saw Uncle Eric.
Oh, Uncle Eric.
I'm a celebrity.
I thought the hello was
in
me.
Trust me, as they get used to seeing you, that's Uncle Ryan right there too. If they notice and everything,
there we go.
They all pop
You're
in.
the uncle to
Nice,
them.
nice,
Yep.
nice. Also, hey,
All
Kat,
right.
how was your Thanksgiving?
Yes.
It doesn't matter how your Thanksgiving was. I'm sorry, I caught the guys earlier with it. I had to catch you. If I didn't do it, I mean, I had to.
It's
I set her up. I said yes and went in for it.
I'm sorry, ¿cómo se llamas?
My brother pulled one of those on his daughter, and I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
It's all right. I got Bob Good on Thanksgiving, though. I said, hey, Bob, guess who was asking about you today? And he got all excited. He goes, who? I go, nobody.
Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing.
All right.
So we
One
got
last
about
topic
4
before we
minutes.
head on out.
Mhm.
The main event of Raw, Kevin Owens to add Kevin Owens to the main event Raw WWE title match at Day 1 pay-per-view.
Wait, so they added Kevin Owens to
Any
it?
thoughts? Yes. Kevin
Oh,
Owens
yes,
won by
yes.
disqualification after he antagonized
yeah.
Seth Rollins.
Which we saw that
Right.
a mile away. I mean, Stevie Wonder saw that a mile
Yeah.
away. I mean, we knew that.
Yeah,
was
there
gonna
was no
happen.
chance he wasn't
No.
being added to the match.
Yeah, no, we saw that.
I am so
I was-
stealing that one now. Stevie Wonder saw that.
You never heard that before? Come on.
I didn't.
I got one question to pose the panel. I don't. This might be a me thing. I don't like the champion being used for the number one contender match.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I agree. These contender matches, things are really stupid.
Like I get it. It was a non-title match. For the title, they might pull out more stuff, but the champion, the only time they should be pinned is when they lose that title.
Yeah,
In my
I
opinion,
agree. I agree. I definitely agree with you on that one.
Other guys' panel.
Yeah, I
Open it up.
agree. I agree too.
No, yeah, 100%, man.
So we got that for Day 1 pay-per-view. Anybody else want to add anything for? Oh,
I
we
mean,
got 3 minutes.
we talk about the next week match, and that's a big one. We talk about Big Time Bex versus Liv Morgan. That's happening next week, and who's gonna take that one, right? Obviously you say Big Time Bex, but I mean the way they're pushing Liv lately, man, I think that Kat would be your surprise win, if anything has happened. Again, not to go back to SmackDown and want to talk about it, but I just don't see Sami Zayn becoming WWE champion and ending that 452-day reign of Roman. It's just not
I
gonna
didn't.
end.
Like I said,
You're right. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, but for shock value,
I said I didn't. Trust me, we all know what's really gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
But I'm totally on board with the fact of Liv possibly winning. As much as I love Becky Lynch and like heel or not, I don't have a problem with Becky Lynch. Never will.
Liv is phenomenal.
But Liv has come so far.
I agree with you.
If you told me 3 years ago she was going to be the only member of the Riot Squad still in the WWE, I would have called you all freaking liars.
Yeah.
But she has proven herself. And she's not just like the Harley Quinn chick anymore. She can move. Her finisher's great.
Yeah, she's good. Not just finisher, but in ring and out. And then she's owning her mic skills. You see her working obviously on her promo game, right? And this past week, definitely show that, right? She is doing great work on that. So
But what you put in the chat, we believe.
I'll tell you what though. They could possibly pull off like a Kofi Mania thing with Liv, and
oh my God,
have her get screwed somehow or lose here, and
go to the Rumble.
Did technically cheat to get the win over Charlotte. So I mean, Liv gets screwed, but then Liv wins the Rumble or something, the women's Rumble.
Yeah,
and then has her Mania moment. That could be big time.
Yeah, we have lots to. Yeah, there's definitely a lot to cover, and we're about almost 40 seconds. I don't know if you want to send us home, Rye.
Yep, let's kick it home. Thank you again for joining us with the C team. Thank you everybody for being here. It's been it's been an experience for all of us.
Yep. Seed team, go, go, go.
Yep. Hopefully Vince and Steve will be with us next week.
They may never want to come back after this, you know.
But then again, Justin wants them back.
That's right.
We cannot deny Justin's request.
We can't deny Justin. That's exactly. Well, I can, but you know.
All right. Cool.
But we can't. It's in the contract. We can't deny Justin. Though we will be back next week, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. No, sorry, I pulled the Vince. I said our old time, 6 p.m. Eastern.
It's technically 7 o'clock. We're here.
We're going to be updating.
It's true. We are
our intro again at some point. We got people added and the different time and all that. You know.
Yeah. Very true. But to avoid all that, subscribe, hit the notification bell because comments don't mean anything other than while we're watching the video. Comment. It helps us somehow get through the YouTube algorithm that is as bipolar as all get out. And if you want to get our audio format, we are on Spotify, Apple, Google Play, Spotify twice. We're also now on Facebook Podcast. Anybody else want to say anything before we close out?
No.
All right. Thank you again.
Thank you guys very much.
See you next week.
All right. Deuces and dominoes.
We're still on.